Alright, hello everyone, we are back. We have more Star Wars for you. I got a bunch of quest markers on my map. It's just people that are part of my ship. I'm not actually going to do anything with them right now. Alright, so we've been to Hoth before. Hoth is a very bright planet, as you recall. If you've watched Star Wars movies, you know it from there. Also, Asane, I don't know if I said hello, but hi. You said potato.
You did.
We should get Asane in to play this with us whenever we're doing dungeons with our next characters.
Sure.
Come in, Captain. This is General Garza.
I think
you've
that
just
if we're
docked
gonna
over
be
Hoth.
doing only story
Hoth is
with the
locked in a
dudes
three-way
for the
resource
next ones, we
battle
should do
between the
dungeon every
Republic,
time.
the Sith Empire, and a
Yeah,
powerful
could do
alliance
that.
of pirate warlords.
It's
It's
you
pure
just gotta.
chaos.
How much of an investment is it to get dungeon ready? That's a very good question.
What's so valuable?
I don't
on
think
an
we've
ice
ever
world?
Hoth was
intentionally
the site of a major fleet
gotten
battle during
ready.
the
It's just
First
like
War.
you level.
Many advanced warships, both Republic and Imperial, crashed on its surface. Both sides need the material from those ships, and both sides want to learn the secrets of the other. The pirates, of course, see opportunity.
If our people need help, they can count on Havoc Squad support.
I'm sure any assistance would be deeply appreciated, Captain. You're recruiting a technical specialist named Sergeant Yun. Judging by his service record, he's the finest technician in the entire Republic military. Yun is a Gand, an uncommon species in the Republic, and he follows an indigenous shamanistic training. No one understands it, but his results are unmatched.
If he can get the job done, then I'll be glad to have him.
Whether through mystical powers or luck, Yun's gained a reputation from his squad mates for doing the impossible. Currently, he's scavenging crashed Imperial warships to piece together a functional Umbra encryptor, the machine responsible for the Empire's most secure military codes. It's critical that Yun completes the Umbra encryptor. We've never come close to breaking the code, and the amount of intelligence we could gain is immense.
With Havoc's help, the job will be done in no time.
Jesus.
Yun has already been informed of his transfer into Havoc Squad. I'm told he's excited to meet you. Contact me again when the mission is concluded and Yun has completed the Umbra encryptor. Garza out.
Alright, if you just wanted to do a dungeon, would you have to commit tens of hours? Tens of hours? No, you could literally pick a character that you wanted to play, pick a role, and then just blow through the story, skipping all the cutscenes, and you'd level up like crazy because you get a ton of EXP for everything you do in this game.
Mostly the story quests give like bajillions of experience. You could level all the way to max level. You'd be over level 50 by the time you got to the level 50 stuff in the story easily. Even without a subscription. 8th day of the week. True.
We could just plan to bring you in on our next characters, because it's going to be a while till we get there anyway.
It's not your time.
Basically what Mira was saying is you have no choice or something.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm on the Hoth
Do you have another
orbital
cutscene, by
station.
the way? I can tell you the information you wanted to know.
We're going to have a few
Help
going
me
forward,
break up
but-
my WoW guild. Easily done. Just get
Alright.
PMet to play TBC.
Yeah, give Piamet your other account to play, and she'll break the guild up quick.
She's broken our guild up a lot of times. Alright, so Lost Ark. Alright. The class I know the most about is Sorceress. That's what I'm playing. They have all sorts of elemental spells, like AoE lightning effects. They do a lot of AoE damage. And they have cast times on a lot of their skills. And they have like a pretty low recharge rate, pretty high recharge rate on their dodge. I guess it's like middle of the road. It's like 6 seconds. Are we doing Empire again next?
Yeah, I think we're going to do either the Sith or the other ones. We got to talk to this dude.
Oh.
This the Hoth story arc. He might have already picked it up, I don't know.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we're going to be doing Empire, and we're going to be doing,
You're all going down to the planet?
I haven't
Who knew
decided
Hoth
yet.
was this popular. Shuttle is prepped and ready. We're just waiting for clearance from the station controller to launch.
This is a frozen rock on the edge of the galaxy. How much traffic can there be?
Shh, don't make him mad. He'll detect an instrument malfunction or something, and and they'll tie up my shuttle all day. There was more traffic when we started the salvage operations, but nobody's come back up in a while. Ships are probably frozen to the ground. Really? You ought to try to savor this delay. Every minute you're not freezing to death is a good one.
A little frostbite is good for you. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, if they don't fall off.
I was gonna
Before I
say.
forget, you'll need this cold weather equipment. If you're lucky, you won't use it much.
Everything checks out. You are cleared for launch.
You should check in with the commander at Auric Base when we land. He'll be able to tell you a lot more about Hoth.
Yay, Auric Base. So Sorceress is a lot of dodging and
Well, it's a lot of like, just don't start casting your skills when you're gonna get hit by something, because like you gotta be prepared.
do your skills get interrupted when you get attacked?
No, but you take damage. I mean, well, I don't know. There are a lot. Sorceress has a lot of abilities that have they don't get they interrupt protection, kind of like they can just cast it, and while they're getting hit, it's okay. But you take damage, and you don't have a lot of health. Nope.
Do you see here, tracing the lines of smoke damage, you see our path through the snows. Each piece shows signs leading us to the next.
That's amazing. I never would have imagined. Officer on deck.
Captain Yun is pleased to make your honorable acquaintance and to share this hunt for knowledge with one so renowned.
You're gonna be part of my team soon, Sergeant. What do you think about that?
This appointment gives such honor. Yun can only hope to prove valuable during our search for the Umber encryptor components. The signs guide Yun to the Crescent Canyon facility nearby. It was built by Ortolan colonists, but is now conquered by Imperials. Imperial computers in the facility will contain locations of Imperial shipwrecks. Imperial shipwrecks will contain the Umber components we seek. Do you follow?
Having the Imperial's own record should speed up our search.
Imperial security in the Crescent Canyon facility is very strong. There are many dangers and sealed doors within that must be bypassed. Yun's team will disable the security measures from the wings while Havoc squad activates the Imperial database. Is this agreeable?
Havoc is used to going in first. Just point us in the right direction.
Before infiltration begins, Yun asks that Havoc squad disable motion sensors that would alert the Imperials to our intentions. They are spread across the facility's perimeter. Yun will contact you when infiltration has begun. Please, journey carefully, newfound friend. Friend? I am a commanding officer. Anyway, sorry to keep interrupting you, silly. I asked at a, unfortunately, dialogue-heavy point.
Yeah. So Sorceress and Bard both come from the class Mage, which I don't understand why in this game they let you have like Mage and such like that. But as soon as you get into the game, you choose your advanced class, like within 1 second of starting the game. So I'm like, why do they do this? And I think the reason is like Sorceress, you're basically an elf, so you're like playing an elf, and then you choose which elf you want to be, and so on and so forth. So, let's see. So yeah, the other part of Mage is Bard.
That's
We're talking to this guy.
incredibly odd.
Are you our reinforcements? Thank goodness. Welcome to Auric Base. What's left of it. I'm Lieutenant Laskin. Did Republic Command send you? Did they get my distress signal?
I don't think your signal got through. The station seemed pretty calm.
You don't know? If you're not here to answer my distress call, I don't know what we're going to do. We can't hold out much longer. An explosion in one of the speeder hangars knocked out main power. Within seconds, we were under heavy Imperial fire. Our shields haven't switched to auxiliary power yet.
Who's the big shot around here?
As the most senior officer left, I've been trying to contact Republic Command. I don't know what to do here. We still have men in the field on a critical mission. Or we did when we were attacked anyway. Between the Imperials and the cold. I don't have enough people for a search party. Please, if you could head out there. You're their only chance.
What makes you think they haven't already frozen to death?
I know it's a long shot, but the mission they were on is vital. They were headed out to check the long-range sensors. With those running again, we'd have some warning before another attack hit. If you reach them, give them these. Fresh weapons and supplies. And they might make it back. And thank you.
Since this is completely free, the content you plan to do, yes, and mostly yes. We're
in
doing
Star Wars. Yeah.
We're doing all the base game content. The expansions you get almost for free if you buy the. Hang on, so we've got some quests to pick up over here.
Oh, that's right. We're doing these dumb yellow ones.
Yeah. You get all of the expansions if you subscribe to the game even just once. So for $15 you get all of them, including the new one that comes out 3 days from now. I don't know what brought you all to Hoth, but I hope it can wait. We've got a crisis that requires your immediate attention. A platoon of Twi'lek conscripts was ambushed by Imperial shock troops. Blasted imps killed half the unit, took the rest prisoner. We received a hollow message from the Imperial's commander, Captain Targus, soon after. No man's demands, just executed a prisoner and cut the transmission. Well, that's rude.
How are you gonna handle it?
Obviously, we'd like to bring our men home, but that's exactly what Targus wants. Every day Targus executes another prisoner to bait a reaction out of us. We've lost 5 squads trying to stop him. Commanders decided to cut our losses. Officially, we're abandoning the prisoners. I'm afraid you're their only hope now.
Where do I come in?
Get as many of our people out as possible. The Imperials have commandeered a Republic outpost. They've got the entire area locked down and are prepped to fend off any frontal assault. Make no mistake, you'll be walking yourself straight into a trap. Watch yourself. That's a heroic mission. Alright, and I guess the other ones are all over here. Okay, there's only... We're not doing this one. This one's just like other heroic missions, but we'll pick those up as we go along, so we can skip that. And Lotus. It's Togruta. Republic friends, please! We've been on Hoth for years, fighting for the Republic, freezing, barely surviving. We were almost free, but a surprise attack. Snow melted by Togruta blood. We're all that's left.
An attack on our allies is an attack against the Republic.
That's good to hear, sir. High Command removed us from combat rotation. We received clearance, packed to go home to Shili when the Imperials raided our camp. We escaped with our lives, but we left our clearance permits behind. We can't leave Hoth without them. Reissues take 6 months minimum, and we won't survive that long.
I could sneak you off Hoth, and the Republic wouldn't have a clue.
Last we saw, our camps were overrun with the Imperials. If you find our clearance permits, we'd be grateful. To Silly's request there, he said that they must leave with basically with honor instead of as fugitives.
Here's a video for you. So I want to talk about how it took me 300 hours to like Final Fantasy XIV and how you can too in far less time. It's funny.
I get really confused by people who dislike FF14. Like, I know not everyone likes the same things, but the game has so much awesome things about it that it's like, how could you dislike it? I also get really annoyed by people who are like, I shouldn't have to do all this stuff to get to endgame, and it's like, well, you're basing your description usually off of how other MMOs run their game. FF14 is very story-based. What are you laughing at?
What is Satan said?
Oh, you're gonna have an issue soon. You have 5 people who are about to hit 90 that I promised answer slots to. Pick one of them that'll be better than Tina. Oh, we got it. Right by what we need. Okay.
Where did you go? You're like, right by where we need it, and then you ran away.
North.
Am I seeing things? I didn't think there was anyone else left alive on this planet.
What's the word from Auric Base? There's nothing on the comm but static. I was starting to think they pulled out and left us.
Auric base is in bad shape. They took heavy casualties and they need all the help they can get.
See? I told you to stop being so negative. They didn't leave us. They're just nearly all dead.
Right. You're a model of optimism. What about our mission? We can't leave the sensors like this.
I thought you'd be anxious to get back to the base. Did I miss something?
We came out here to check the long-range sensors. They were damaged in the attack, but they're easily fixable.
If you can get to them. Which we obviously couldn't.
Without the sensors, Auric base is blind. They won't have any warning the Empire is coming. If you can reach the arrays, you can bring them back online. There are a lot of Imperials in the area, though.
We'd better get moving if we're not gonna freeze to death. See you back at the base.
Why would, if they damage the sensors, why would they just damage them? Why wouldn't they just destroy them? We gotta recover clearance to agree to clearance permits in this area, silly. So let's go check over here. So anyway, Bard is the other class you were saying from Mage, which is very, very strange to me.
Yes. Well, why? They're both magic classes. Because you're used to Final Fantasy XIV.
Well, not just Final Fantasy 14, but nearly everything.
Bards have a harp as a weapon. They can do some supporty stuff, but the thing is, in this game, support is, from what I've heard, it's never necessary. It's just, it can be nice to have.
So, like
Rift. Worse than Rift. Because in Rift, at least there was the Trinity. You know, there's tanks, healers, and DPS, but in Lost Ark, there doesn't need to be any of those necessarily. But they also, you know, everything does damage. So like they have like, you know, a lot of the damage is like music oriented, and there's like knockups and knockbacks, and they have cast times too.
Permit there.
I cannot see what it is because your giant Mechazord's on it. There we go. Ripped when you get voted out if you queued as support and just didn't play DPS. True. That did eventually start happening, like, right away.
Didn't they have a slot for role for support?
Yeah,
people?
but you could play anything you wanted. The thing is, like, in Rift, in a dungeon, there were no worthwhile supports to play if the supports didn't do damage. So, like, even playing, like, Chloromancer, people didn't want Chloromancer support because all they did was do a minimal amount of damage and heal. And the healer could heal that damage anyway, even in like the tough dungeons. And like Bard support was okay because it buffed damage, but it wasn't great. Oh. So they'd be like, they'd just still tell you to go rogue.
That's not great. I like the idea of having a slot that's specifically for a support, but that's how people
like,
gotta be, right?
Even in progression, like. I think in the Dragon dungeon we used some supports, but like in Hammernell it was like, well, Hammernell was a special case because it was just a really buggy, broken, bursty damage instance. So like you had to basically play with certain types of classes, otherwise you would just die, and even then it was really hard.
Get the third data pad.
I don't even see these things on the ground. They look like popcorn boxes.
Yeah, there was another one that
I
was
got
way
two.
Back there. There's another one that was.
What do they expect you to find this thing? They're like tiny.
Yeah, it was like way over by that dude over there.
Yeah, you never heal. But like in Hammernell we had shamans and inquisitors, mostly inquisitors. So inquisitor could spec, and inquisitor and shaman could like cross spec into an ability called Doctrine of Loyalty, and it was like a.
It's time for this man.
It was like a cooldown based ability that healed the party, and the way you built up your charges for that was by DPSing. So the Inquisitors would DPS, and then whenever there was like a big damage came through, they would heal their party with Doctrine of Loyalty. And then you also had 2 purifiers to heal the tank, and that's it.
Interesting.
Or maybe a purifier and some kind of like actual healing class.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
2 tanks, 18 DPS. It was kind of like that. Like it was like all like Inquisitors and stuff like that. And Hammer No, it was hysterical.
So they couldn't.
And that
find
was
a
such a
way.
shitty dungeon. I
They
hated that.
They couldn't find a way to make it appealing to play just support.
No, because it wasn't worth it.
We gotta defeat 20 of these troopers, silly.
Okay, got that.
Okay. All right.
Basically, if Shadow Priest heals enough to raid. Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
But also did like the most damage.
See, I want to play Rift just to see what all the dungeons are like, because that was one part of Rift that I never really got to do. I did like maybe the first or second dungeon, and then the people I was playing with decided they didn't want to play anymore.
I'd be down.
But yeah. I'd rather play it with a group of people because then we can do fun things and not have to focus on meta.
The problem is like the 10-mans were really super duper easy. Like I remember when I was raiding 10-mans in WoW back, that was like during Wrath of the Lich King.
Mm-hmm.
We went in there with like, our whole 10-man group just got Rift and did the 10-mans and we're like, this is like the easiest thing I've ever seen.
That's kind of funny. Since this is WoW Guild was a splinter off of the last raid guild, or of the last raid guild in Rift.
Oh, really? Like interesting.
Yeah, so, you know, I just want to see what they do have. I'm not expecting them to do anything now. And again, I'm all up for playing most games. Alright, so we got a sensor over here we gotta hit.
I want to raid in Star Wars, too.
You want to do the raids in Star Wars?
I bet it's terrible.
Alright, well we just gotta get what is it, 8 people over here?
Stop picking MMOs. The one cool thing I will mention about Lost Ark, I'm not obviously not at endgame, but in endgame, they have like daily resets for stuff, but you don't have to do it every day. Because when you don't do an activity or something like that, you get like a rested type thing, where you get you fill up a bar, and when the bar goes to like a certain point, like maybe the next day, you get double loot on the first X number of dungeons you run that day instead of like single, because they're like single lockouts, so like you get double what you would have gotten. There's like a finite number of like stacking, like it stacks up to 10 or something, but it means you have to do it like once every few days, and if there's a day that you have like extra time, you can do a little more. So I thought that was pretty nice to do that. That's kind of a cool idea. So that that's why I like Final Fantasy, because I like MMOs where I don't feel bad if I didn't play every day for like 4 hours.
Yeah, FF14 is very casual friendly. So I'm trying to stacks. They should bring that over here.
They should.
Saint says Lost Ark suffers the same issue that Diablo does. It's boring to watch.
It's a little boring, yeah. I kind of just watched it for the drops. I was watching someone play it for the drops.
Alright, so we finished that, so we're gonna head over and do the heroic mission. After we killed Chiss Rico. Alright, let's go do our heroic mission.
Okay.
FF14 is a great place now that you have everything maxed. You only play about 10 hours a week now. Can drop that to 6 once you get all your 590 gear. Yeah, like right now, most of the... Like, I started leveling Samurai last night, and I did really good DPS on that, actually, weirdly enough.
Samurai's fun. My Samurai is like 80... 85? 83? One of those.
We did a 50, 60, 70, 80, and we got a 70 dungeon, so I was like... I was top DPS there, but then we did a trial and got Hades, and I was 4th DPS there because I completely forgot about the additional abilities you get at 80.
Oh no.
Shoha and the upgraded versions of your, like when you use your seal abilities, you can also do a second one immediately after for a ton of damage.
Right.
I forgot about the second hit.
Oh no. There was something on some job that I was like, I forgot. Oh, despair. When I was playing Black Mage, I forgot despair existed.
Okay, so that's not where we want to be.
Where are you trying to take me here? You gonna run me off a cliff here, buddy?
Potentially. We might need to just go up and over that bridge. I'm not sure if it's down in that ravine or if it's...
Iatsu.
I did Iatsu. I didn't do the second step of the Iatsu, though. The Laijutsu.
I'm still like at 90. I was reading the guide for Black Mage, and I've been playing it a fair amount, and it's fun for me. But like the thing I don't understand is like they talk about filler spells, and because your like blizzard / fire spell becomes that like double like both fire and blizzard thing, and in blizzard it's instant cast. They're like, you can use that. You can pretty much use your thunder proc whenever if it's going to run out, because you can use your blizzard spell as your filler spell. But I'm like, does that mean is a filler spell like a spell that I don't have to use, or am I supposed to use it during my ice phase no matter what? I feel like I'm only supposed to use it if like if my mana doesn't tick fast enough or something. That's what I'm assuming.
That makes sense to me, but I have no idea.
I've been like, since I've been like doing like expert, I've been doing it on all my other shitty DPSs, and I just like, I don't know. When you get on your like Black Mage that has no gear and you're still beating people who have like trial weapons, and you just feel bad. You're just like, what's happening here? I don't even know how to play this job. I'm doing like 6,500 DPS.
Yeah, you know Reaper's broken when PMAC can go into a dungeon and not DPS people?
Oh gosh. Incredible. It's like never been done before.
Alright, so what we're looking for says it's right here, so I suspect it's actually down below.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So like maybe I shouldn't be just using Paradox whenever I have to. Or just using it when it's available. I should just only use it if I have to. Yes, you do communism on the last part of your Reaper. The last dot. Get away from me!
Oh wait, hang on. Maybe we were supposed to click the tower up there?
You
It wasn't clickable, but maybe somebody else had been through.
You know what else we could have done to get here was click the little thing next to the quest.
Sure.
Is there anything deeper to it? No, there's not a lot deeper, because the first they were like, maybe you should save resources for like your second time you can go into reperform, like, but like when all your cooldowns are coming off cooldown, like you don't want to have too much stuff to do because there's so much stuff to do already. You're just gonna like end up like overcharging all your abilities, like, and having them like sit there not used. That's my opinion. But no, it's super straightforward. It's like the most straightforward ever. And it has like no positionals. Miro's like, I'm trying to save you your positionals. So I was like, I do a positional once every 20 minutes in this class.
It's true.
I'm not... Whatever you're doing there, I don't even see it.
That might be my personal quest.
Is this your quest? Yeah, I thought it must be.
Alright, so we gotta go up here. I don't know if we can actually make this jump. We're gonna find out. Oh, maybe.
Pretty much, you can. I don't think this is intended.
No, I don't think we can do it.
Wait. Yeah.
So close, yet so far. Alright. The other ones we need are... There's one... Okay, the other two are up on the ridge above us. So let's mount up and go around.
You know what you could do is you could glitch your companion up there and then swap places with him.
I could.
Yeah, I there are some times where I have enough energy to do both, but it's like Reaper's GCD is 2.5 seconds, so it's like you have so much time to move anyway, it doesn't even matter.
I'm gonna take down the perimeter thing here. What? Why are you angry at me? What I did here?
But if you use Gluttony, you do have to do both. Slow ninja without ninjutsus.
Silly love ninja.
Ninja is fun.
By the time I got to 90 on Monk, I finally understood Monk, I think. Enough that I was not out DPSing Reapers, but that I got close enough to it. Oh, we did normal raid last night, PM at night, and we got Titan, Eden Titan. And the first time he did his leap with the knockback and then switches to either go-kart or gauntlets, he swapped to gauntlets and started casting landslide, and immediately all 4 DPS died.
Oh my god.
It was pretty fun to watch. So most of the fight was just the healers rezzing the DPS and then dying to landslide again. Like, you'd figure they'd learn after the first couple times, but no.
No.
It's not your time.
No way, Jose.
It's literally tanks and healers most of the fight doing. I think we did around 60 to 70% of the total damage on the boss.
Whoa, we're fighting stuff already? There you are. I'm coming.
He's dead. He died the way he lived. Frozen. Saying, what's been your favorite DPS class in Endwalker? And then whenever Peanut plays Paladin, I get to listen to her complain about Paladin.
What's there to complain about?
Captain, please stand by. Yun will remove the security door from your path momentarily.
I'll hold this position until you get the door open.
No obstacle stands long in the path of knowledge. Yun assures you, the way will be open shortly. Captain, Yun discovered that an alarm has been raised, and troops are being summoned to the location of Yun's team. The Imperials' numbers are too great. Yun's team will surely be slain unless Havoc Squad intercepts these enemies in their barracks.
I'll hit the barracks and stop the imps immediately.
Yun humbly thanks you for your help. Harmonious actions usher victory and truth ever closer. There we go. Alright, so silly. What do bards do in Lost Ark?
They use music to attack their enemies. And they can heal people.
Can they scream, though?
No, unfortunately they're not as cool as bards from Lord of the Rings Online, the original version.
Speaking of Lord of the Rings Online, they canceled the...
No. So we have to play the old one still? Or is it gone now?
I don't actually know if the old one's still there. But yeah, the new one, the plans for that were canceled. Which is sad.
But what if the Lord of the Rings show is super popular and then...
You know, that could end up happening. I think we want to go into both of these areas. Yeah, I think the Lord of the Rings show could do. I mean, we got Nick watching The Hobbit on Mondays now, and he now, because he watched it, he got a reference in the new South Park episode. And Tiamat was like, I don't get it, and we're like busting her balls because she left in the middle of the movie. Not even the middle.
Wow. If you're gonna go to movie night, you should be there for the whole thing.
It's the second time she's left in the middle of the movie. The first one was Lord of the...
What did she leave to do?
The first one, nap. Or for Matrix Resurrections, to watch YouTube videos.
Wow.
The Hobbit, she left to nap. But Resurrections was annoying because she was like, oh, this movie's boring. And she didn't like... I'm like, how would you know it was boring the whole way through if you didn't give it a chance? And she was just mad that someone was like, oh, I didn't notice that last time. Silly, we're killing reinforcements. These are great reinforcements. The alarms goes off and they're still in their bunkers. Oh, hang on. Holo communicator. Captain, Yun wishes to thank you for protecting the lives of Yun's team, but also to warn you. Turrets beyond the halls you approach. A powerful force field lies beyond them, impassable and impenetrable to weapons. The force field cannot be disabled remotely, but its structure is familiar to Yun. Nearby control panels may be accessed and connections severed to allow passage.
Fully understood.
Yun only wishes that more could be done to clear your path to the knowledge we seek. Journey carefully, Captain. Alright, let me